a lot of ways. So we're going to go through a couple of things and talk about and show you why and what the Panaboard and why it's different, or why it's unique, or why it is a viable product out there in the marketplace. And the first one is on this, and we're going to talk about the 880 product. We do have 15 Panaboards that we do currently are in the lineup, everywhere from dry erase copy boards to interactive boards like this for all environments. We don't have the time to talk about everything today, but we're gonna kind of highlight the newest and latest and greatest we have here, which is our 880. And the first thing about it that makes it different than anybody else's product, or a lot of the products out there, is it's a multi-touch board. So it is a true, as Suzanne was talking. Actually, I got a finger touch here. It is a true finger touch board. So what I can do is select a pen option. I have a menu here to select different items from the menu, and as I'm talking about something, use my finger to drive, to interact, to work with the board. Different than what our boards used to be in the past. Very similar to what the market leader out there, especially the market leader in education, which is smart. Their smart boards are probably, if you've worked in education, they're asking you, do you have a smart board? They call everybody's board a smart board. It's kind of the Kleenex of that for education. So it gets us into that range of, now I do have a board that is usable from a finger touch, as well as stylus driven, and I do have still have a pen. And Suzanne talked a little bit about the presenter pen. I'll go into that in a minute. Why the uniqueness and what sets this apart, and really is a value over the competition out there. But it not only is a finger touch, but it's a multi-touch board, and we can have actually up to 3 touches on the board at the same time. So I not only have 1, but I have 2, but I also can take and have 3 points on the board at once, and I can have that anywhere on the board. So some of the competition out there, you'll as you're talking about this, do have multi-touch boards. For instance, the one S brand we talked about, they basically take the board and cut it in half. I can use this half, you can use this half, but we can't truly cross over onto each side. So it really takes one board, makes 2 out of it, but I can't be anywhere on the board. Where on this one, I truly can take 3 points anywhere across the board. So now I don't, as I'm pulling people up, so if I were to go to a white screen here, and I'm going to set something up, and let's go here, and we'll say, well, I'll make this easy on myself. 2 plus 3, and 4 plus 1. All right, I'll ask Michael to come on up, and you guys come on up and help me out here, if you would. Okay, Tony, I want you to count down from 3 to 1, and when he gets down to 1, let's go ahead and answer the question all at the same time.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, you can see simultaneously we can interact and work with the board at the same time. So thank you. Let's give them a hand. Thank you guys for giving a hand up there. But let's see, did we do it right? And we all did answer correctly. All right, good job. But a true multi-touch environment. So now, if I'm playing games, if I'm doing something like I just did here, I could have, again, in a classroom, I could have multiple students up here working with this together as well. So that would be the first thing. Now there are some other competition that does have multi-touch boards. There's some things out there today. Again, Smart has their 2-touch, but it's simultaneously. It's 2 sides of the board. A couple of the guys that use pen-driven stylus, you have to have multiple pens to work with the board. So now I'm buying multiple pens, and usually the pen it's kind of an expensive part on these. As we get into the stylus cost about $100, and that's true kind of across the board in some of the stylus that are out there as well. We also had, and I kind of jumped ahead here on my one screen, but the other feature that the multi-touch gives us is the ability to do gesturing features. And if you're not familiar with what gesturing is, it's kind of, everybody's seen the iPhones or the iTouches or the Droids, but I can take a picture and I can use 2 fingers and kind of spread it. I can make it larger, spin it around, do whatever I want. Those are gesturing features. Well, what Windows 7 has done is they've built that function into the Windows 7 operating system. So with that, I'm going to exit out of here. Go like that. I'm going to open up my Panaboard software. So any program that supports these gesturing features, which, and because Windows 7 is becoming now, it's going to start to become mainstream. I mean, Microsoft go with the product, they say everybody's going to buy it, and sure enough, we all will. And then software will start to come out that supports the features that these do. Well, what gesturing is going to give me is the ability, and I'll use my fish story again. I'll go into my animals, and I'll bring my fish out, and of course this is the carp, but let's say I went on my fish story. I was fishing over the weekend, and we went fishing, and I caught a fish that was about that big. Well, no, really, it was probably, you know, that big, really, when I caught it. Gesturing, that's really what I'm doing. Taking two fingers on an image or a picture right now, I can spin it, I can enlarge it, I can reduce it, do the different things. That is gesturing. There are software programs that are supporting this. Microsoft is coming up with a lot of software for that. And I don't have it on here, but I will for the next one. They actually have a touch surface or Microsoft Surface, which gives me a bunch of tools and fun things I can do with gesturing. They demo really well the gesturing features. And if I don't have a multi-touch board, I can't do that unless I build a custom driver. So some of the competition has some features that they can do with this. They've got a custom driver, but they're having problems now working in Windows 7 because it's a native feature within the software. And we can directly, we did not make a custom driver, we work within Windows 7. So the gesturing features do only work in Windows 7. XP, I can't do those things just because we don't have a custom driver. But with that, and again, because Windows 7, I'm actually starting to see this become in schools because of the multimedia functions of it. We're seeing it out there today. So, and as you buy computers, again, it's starting to, it's what the system that comes on the computers now. Okay. So gesturing is, again, with that multi-touch, I can do the gesturing features.